What an adventure we had together. Michelle and I had a truly magical time for the very first time on the Disney Magic and for the first time Marvel Day at Sea. In today's video, I'm going to give Marvel Day at Sea a full review, tell you what I truly enjoyed, some things that I definitely want to see again, and things that I think Disney can improve in the future. There aren't too many of those. Let's jump right in and go through the entire day, and I'll tell you how I felt about each activity. Booking a Marvel Day at Sea cruise adventure means that you'll see touches of Marvel throughout your entire voyage, but the big day is that one day at sea where you see Marvel everywhere. As you step on board the ship, you can immediately tell you're on a Marvel Day at Sea cruise adventure with that Marvel background in the lobby atrium. Now, when you first arrive, if you don't have the opportunity to take a picture with the background, not to worry. It is there throughout the entire length of your voyage. You can get pictures at any time. Before the highly anticipated Marvel Day at Sea begins, there are other days on board where you'll go to different ports of call, or you can stay on board, whatever you like to do, and you'll find touches of Marvel throughout the ship. In the movies, maybe in the Buena Vista Theater, they'll be playing more Marvel movies. In Sea Treasures, you'll find that merchandise on Deck 3, so there are little touches, but then the big things begin on that day. From the moment that you step out of your room on that Marvel Day at Sea, you will hear the Marvel soundtracks everywhere. In the elevator, in the lobby, all over the hallways, the Marvel music is playing the entire day.
When do you hear the music above me? It's Marvel themed.
Michelle and I started our day with breakfast at Cabanas, and even going to that refill station right by Cabanas, you can find posters of Marvel characters all over the place. Even the food around the ship gets a Marvel theme. At the Duck Inn Diner, you'll find specialty items, and even at the bar, they have the Smash, which is the alcoholic specialty drink, and the Mark 7, which is the non-alcoholic specialty drink. It tasted like a super coconutty pina colada. It was delicious. After breakfast, we made our way to the New York superhero encounter, and let me tell you, it was so epic. Overnight, D-Lounges transformed into a triple meet and greet. You've got Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Iron Man. It is such a cool encounter. Now, you do have to have a ticket for this encounter. Don't worry, it's free, and you can get it in advance of your cruise. If you forget, they will be able to get you another time slot at guest services, but don't forget. Once you make it to the front of the line, you start with Spider-Man, and not only did he have some really cool poses for those photos, he had a lot to say.
Right. I don't want you taking away from me against the web slinger.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right. You can borrow it sometime.
I learned my lesson once.
Okay, all right, got it. Good.
Right.
Right next to Spider-Man is the King of Wakanda, Black Panther himself.
Your Highness.
Miss Danvers, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
How's Wakanda doing?
Everything is good. My sister Shuri is making sure that everything is on point.
Excellent.
Yes.
Last but certainly not least, you have the opportunity to meet Tony Stark, Iron Man in the flesh. Well, kind of. You know what I mean.
Hey, perfect!
There you go.
Don't be shy.
I appreciate it.
I'm
Thank
not.
you. All right, well, I know that. You know, all our differences from the past are all behind us. We're on the same side.
People lined up to watch us take a picture. Let's give them a good show.
Let's do it.
You can shake their hands, chat with them. It is such a cool experience. If you step on board the Marvel Day at Sea cruise and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I forgot about the New York encounter, don't forget to check at guest services the moment you remember. Something that I learned, though, they actually had those 3 characters available for meeting on the next day of our cruise. While we were at Castaway Cay, there were a few tickets available for characters to meet right then. Of course, you are cutting out some of your Castaway Cay day, but for the opportunity to meet them, absolutely. After our New York meet and greet, we did other meet and greets with Thor, Loki, Doctor Strange, Hawkeye, and even had a quick pass-by meet and greet with Star-Lord and Gamora. And by the way, Gamora, you still owe me a dance. The characters seemed to be everywhere throughout the day. It was so cool. Now, if you have a character that you really wanted to meet and you didn't get an opportunity to see them, spend some time around the lobby atrium or deck 4 or 5 looking down on the lobby atrium to try to find them. You never know who's going to pop up. After we met with some characters around the lobby atrium, we went to our Groot encounter. Meeting Groot was such a cool experience. Now, it is a ticketed event, and I did see that they were doing a meet and greet with Groot the day before Marvel Day as well, so just keep that in mind in case you can't get a ticket. But being able to dance with him in costume, it is so cool. By the way, if you find yourself meeting Groot on the Disney cruise ship, when you give him a hug, don't forget to smell as well. I know it sounds really weird, I know, but Disney has put some kind of smell in there, and he smells like a tree or forest rainforest. It smells really cool. Then it was time to meet Captain Marvel, and this was the longest line I have ever stood in on the Disney Cruise Line. I didn't time it, but it was well over an hour, so just keep that in mind. Michelle and I kept switching off. She would sit down for 5 minutes, and I would sit down for 5 minutes just to make it easier on our feet. But having the opportunity to take that picture with her was really cool. Now, we didn't take too long to meet her because we didn't want to hold up the line, but it was really cool. After meeting Captain Marvel, we made our way to the Superhero Challenge, which is a Marvel-based trivia game. It starts off easier, and it gets very tricky very fast. If you know all about Marvel and you've read all of the comics, this is definitely one that you want to go to because you might win. But if you're more like me, don't feel bad if you don't make it past round 1. I did not. We left the Marvel Superfan Challenge and made our way to the lobby atrium for the costume celebration. Now, if you're like me, you might be thinking that this is a costume competition and Disney ranks the different costumes and you win based on the amount of applause that other guests give you while you're standing in the lobby atrium. I wish, but that's not what this is. It's a celebration, not a competition. So if you want to participate and you are in costume when your group is called, like the Avengers group, you can stand on stage, maybe strike a superhero pose, and then that is the end of it. Kind of wish it was a competition and there was a winner, but I understand why Disney doesn't do that. So it is a lot of fun. During the celebration, I was picked out to strike a heroic pose. It definitely had me smiling. At the end of the costume celebration, Mickey and the gang step on stage as well in their Marvel attire, and they looked great. We ate a quick lunch at Cabana's and then went to the Super Showdown in Fathoms. It was a fun Jeopardy-style game show that has a lot of guest interaction, which was great. As you can imagine, with so much to do, we left that one just a little bit early and went to see the Doctor Strange Journey into the Mystic Arts. The first half of the show was an opportunity for kids to participate with Doctor Strange and become masters of the mystic arts. The second half of the show was more of a show with Doctor Strange battling the Dark Dimension and Dormammu, which was really cool. After seeing Doctor Strange, we took some time to relax by the pool. I know, you're thinking to yourself, Michael, this is the one and only Marvel Day at Sea, a jam-packed day full of Marvel fun. What are you doing relaxing by the pool on a Marvel Day? Who are you? What have you done with the real Michael? I know, but the biggest reason why Michelle and I did this is because we were beyond exhausted. We were truly wiped out from everything that was happening, and it wasn't even 4 o'clock yet. How were we going to make it through dinner and see the show at the end if we kept going? So we had to relax. Michelle actually took a nap by Cove Cafe. I kind of just sat there and relaxed, which is really helpful for me, but you just have to take some time because there is just so much to do. You cannot see it all in one day. After taking some time to relax by Cove Cafe, we made our way back to the lobby atrium, quickly changed into costumes, and met with Chip and Dale dressed as Thor and Loki. I am so glad we did not miss these costumes because they definitely did not disappoint on Chip and Dale. After that, we made our way to Fathoms for the USO show. Dancing, singing, and of course a special appearance by the Star-Spangled Man himself, Captain America. Then it was back to the pool for more relaxing before the Mickey and Friends Superhero Celebration. It's a fun show, but if you don't have younger ones with you, this might be the perfect one to skip and instead spend some time by the pool or relax by Cove Cafe or even catch a nap before the night. While Mickey and Friends were partying on Deck 9, by the lobby atrium there was an 80s tribute with Soul Duo where many other Marvel characters were gathered and dancing. This was so much fun. We basically saw every single character again at the 80s tribute. We could wave to Gamora and Star-Lord, we could see Black Panther, Black Widow, Hawkeye was walking around, Doctor Strange was walking around, you could take a selfie with Spider-Man. This is one you do not want to miss. After that, we made our way to dinner and there was a comic book menu which was really cool, and after a quick dinner we made our way to Deck 9 for the one and only Heroes Unite Nighttime Spectacular. You can experience the show from Deck 9 or Deck 10. We saw it from Deck 10. I've got to tell you, it was by far the best deck show that I have ever seen at sea. Not only were all of the Marvel characters there protecting this new technology, fighting the bad guys like Loki and Red Skull, all, but the integration with funnel vision was genius. Stan Lee was the captain during the show, which I loved, and he would say that enemies are incoming or something like that, and then you'd see on funnel vision, Iron Man would like take off from the ship, and then you'd see it through his helmet on funnel vision, and he'd blast a bad guy in the air, funnel vision, and then as he blasts the bad guy, a firework goes off. It was seamless. It was amazing how they did that. I'm still so impressed. After the incredible, mind-blowing celebration, we made our way down 2 fathoms for the adult-only Ravengers Club, and I can tell you right now with confidence, you can skip that. The Ravengers Club is clearly meant just for off-duty cast members, and I can appreciate that. We want the cast members to have fun too and some celebration, but for them to invite guests to a cast member only, that's what it felt like, exclusive club, that was not, no, you can skip Ravengers Club. The entire voyage was amazing, but the Marvel Day at Sea was truly the icing on the cake. It was incredible. There were so many things to love about Marvel Day at Sea, but my favorite 4 things, I've limited it down to 4 things. Heroes Unite, that show at the end, the 80s soul duo where you could dance with the characters all around you around the lobby, the special character meet and greets all around, and the USO show. They were all amazing. It was an absolutely exhausting day, but Michelle and I made memories that will last a lifetime. One of the most common questions that I got after the cruise, now that I've been on a themed cruise with a day at sea, will this ruin the non-themed cruises in the future? In my opinion, no way. I'm actually kind of relieved that not every cruise has a special day at sea. It was so much fun, don't want to take away from it, but somehow it's not as relaxing as the standard 7-night or 5-night or 3-night. It's just a different type of experience. It's fun, I will definitely be doing a day at sea adventure again, but I also like those non-themed cruises. My biggest lessons learned from our Marvel Day experience: make sure that you get a lot of sleep the night before, maybe even 2 nights before. I know it's hard to do on a Disney cruise because you want to experience so much, and I have this tendency of burning the candle at both ends, but that's just so important. You don't want to be exhausted on the day, the Marvel Day at Sea. Also, do not try and do every single thing in that one day. It's impossible, absolutely impossible. There are several things that Michelle and I didn't even see, like Meet the Masters or drawing classes. There are things for us to experience on our next Marvel Day at Sea adventure. So would I recommend a Marvel Day at Sea cruise? Absolutely, positively. As long as you have a general idea of who those Marvel characters are and you enjoy seeing them and are looking forward to interacting with them on board, I know you're going to have a magical time. Those are my thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Have you been on a Marvel Day at Sea cruise before? What did you think? What is your favorite thing? And if you haven't, from the vlogs, what looks the most interesting to you? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day. Excelsior!